and snowing, and what happens when it's cold and snowing. Let's see if I can get this zoomed in for you. I see, that's too bright. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 new lambs. So last night was a big night. Sorry. There's one little black one. Let's see, where's my finger? Right there. There. A little white one there. And that other little white one somewhere over here. I just noticed them, so I haven't figured out who's the mamas yet. I'll have to walk out here and make sure that all of them survived and none of them froze. It's easier on them in the snow if they have singles, because it's easier for them to clean up one baby before it freezes, instead of having one baby on the ground that's wet and then laying down to have another baby before they can get up and clean the first one. That's good, we got nursing. Howdy, hi, Eric. Good to see you. Now this might make my travel plans a little more interesting, because I don't know how much I want to take off if I've got a bunch of lambs dropping. Now this sheep, with the snow on her back, her bag is extremely swollen, and she's been hanging out by herself in that back corner over there since yesterday. She's just come up to stand with the rest of the flock there. I think the temperature here right now is about 15. Last night, I don't know, it was probably in the single digits. But typically that's when they have their babies. If they're gonna have them, they'll have them when it's snowing and when it's coldest. I think that's just kind of a survival mechanism, because it's harder for predators to find them in the blizzard. Let's see if I can get in here and... Oh! Try not to scare them too much. You girls stay there. I don't need your help today. Hi, goats. All right, little baby lamb, where's your mama? Oh boy. Hi. Hi. Oh, you got a little ice on your ear. Can I help you? Can I help you? No? I'm sorry I made you get up. That's a little girl. Yeah. Oh, and that must be your mama. So she did a good job. She got 2 of them. I think that they do fine in Canada. I haven't had any problems with the sheep here, and they are all hair sheep. I believe most of mine are Dorper crosses. I had some Katahdins. But I think most of these are Dorper. And I haven't had any problems with the sheep. No, the goats has been a different story. The goats are a little bit more finicky to cold temperatures and inclement weather. And when the goats have their babies in the snow, there's a lot higher mortality. If I don't find them and help get them cleaned up and warmed up before I bring them back outside, they typically don't survive. Whereas the last 2 years, I've had sheep that have lambed in January in the snow, outside, no barn, and the only lamb that we lost in the snow was a lamb that was born with 2 heads. So it was deformed and wouldn't have survived anyway. But otherwise, we've had 100% success on our lambing in the snow. Oh no, this is what I was worried about. I had to say something. God dang it. I had to say something, didn't I? So, she must have had triplets and only got... That's a little girl too. That is why we were trying to lamb in April. But we didn't get one of our ram kids from last year out of the flock soon enough. And so a lot of our ewes were bred when we didn't want them to be. So this is the first lamb that I've found frozen, otherwise healthy. Beautiful little girl. And she's not cold, or not frozen solid yet. So this is... I must have just missed her. Yeah, it's terrible losing babies. It's really tough. Dang it, this is exactly what we didn't want to happen, isn't it, girls? And this is why we tried to breed our sheeps, so we could have lambs in the springtime when there was no snow. And of course, I had to say something about how lucky we've been. That's something I should know better by now. Anytime I pick a favorite animal, or I get my hopes up, I get a little reminder. Oh, poor thing. Well, hopefully your sisters and brothers will all be okay. I don't think we're going to be able to revive you. You're too far gone. So that's a bummer. That's what I was hoping I wouldn't find out here. Good news is I saw 2 little black babies with mama. And there's a new white baby with her mama. What a bummer. And that looks like the one that didn't make it was the biggest, healthiest one of the 3. It was probably the first lamb to come out. Although I don't know, the afterbirth was stuck to the last lamb. So maybe she was the last one born. Just the biggest one. See, here is a spot in the snow where the next ewe was pawing. Looks like this is where she was planning on trying to have her baby, or babies. Well, we've had 4 ewes now, or 3 ewes to have lambs. So I can probably expect that there's more of them gonna have some lambs here. I have no idea how many of the ewes were bred before we were planning on it, so I have no idea between now and April how many will go and when. I'll come over here and check this hay pile and see if there's any lambs laying in here. No, no lambs. So if you're in Canada, I don't think the hair sheep will give you any problems. I would just do my best to prevent any premature breeding so that you can give them the best chance to keep all of their lambs alive. Now, it does happen. That's part of raising animals. You have to learn to be okay when you lose them. Thanks, Eric. We'll catch up with you soon. Excuse me. Excuse me. All the lambs that are I learned that you definitely have to take your ram kids out before they're 5 months old, because at 5 months old they're able to breed. And so I didn't pull my young rams out fast enough, and some of them, or one of them, was able to impregnate the ewes before I took them out and put the ram that I wanted to breed this guy, he's supposed to be the one giving me babies this year, but this year we're gonna have to make sure that we take all the lambs out and get rid of all the males before they're 5 months old. You goats are kind of frisky today, huh? With all these babies. Overall, all the animals are in a lot better condition this year. The goats have been a lot healthier. Goats have been the hardest to keep healthy through the winters. They're the most prone to parasite problems. They're the most sensitive to inclement weather. The sheep are awesome. They take care of themselves. And with the exception of our one loss today, they've been prolific breeders. So I would definitely do sheep before I did goats again. Even though goats are my favorite because of their personalities and they're friendly like dogs, whereas the sheep are much more skittish. So as far as pets are concerned, goats can be a lot more enjoyable. But when it comes to low maintenance, low input animals, the sheep are where it's at. And I do like the hair sheep. I don't want to have to shear them. I want them to shed out in the spring. You goats playing with that baby? Not bad for only 6 or 7 hours old. Come on, Mama, save him. He's looking for you. You had triplets. All right, Linus. That's what I get for opening my mouth. This dad knows better than to do that and did it anyway. I'm looking for the other lamb. So we should have 2 live black ones and we should have 2 live white ones. There's the other white one. Well, their gestation is 5 months. So if you want them to be lambing during the warm months, you'd want to plan for that 5-month gestation. Hi. So if I don't want to have lambs between December and March, then I'd want to, let's see, what would that be? I wouldn't want to have a ram in with them from June until I'd probably put the ram in November. And I don't think we pulled our we didn't pull our lambs out last year until August, I don't think, or maybe even later than that, which would September. It was right at the, they were just at the point where they were starting to sexually mature, and one of them obviously got ahead of us. But our plan was we put our ram in at the end of November, and we were shooting for April lambs. And I would make sure to keep any rams away from the animals. If you're in climates like this, keep them separated until November. Pull them out in June. If you're lambing in April, that gives them 3 months before you pull them off the moms and separate them, which is plenty of time. This little goat looks pretty chilly. I don't know, for some reason, all the other goats have dry coats, and she is covered in ice. I don't know how you ended up getting so wet, unless you jumped in the water tank. But you look a little chilly. Alright, both of those little black lambs are nursing. That's good. Good deal. The one on the left looks like that's a girl. You're welcome. Good luck to you. I hope they do well for you. Barbados, that's the other breed I had. I had some Barbados. And I had more parasite issues with the Barbados sheep that I had. I have 2 or 3 of the Barbados babies, so Barbados crosses, that I still have in the flock, but the rest of the Barbados I got rid of because they were always the ones that were suffering more from the parasites. There's the mom that's about to go right there. See her bag swollen? She's going to be the next one. I expect her to lamb today. Howdy, Scratch. Welcome to the Goat Show. And the Lamb Clan. It's chilly, but it's a nice day for them. Sun's out, the wind's not bad. No, these are hair sheep. They shed their wool or their hair in the spring. So I don't have to shear them. I could go out in the I can go out in the pasture and collect the wool that falls off of them and still use it for stuff, whatever I'd like to use wool for. But I like not having to catch them up and shear them. I like that the hair just falls off on its own. So these are more like a wild sheep, and these are intended for meat purposes. These are eaten sheep. Yeah, auto sheeps. That's what we like, low maintenance animals. Low maintenance, low input. Except for this little one, that's a baby doll sheep. She needs to be sheared. She came with the rest of the crew as a little bonus. You snuck on the trailer, huh? She's so goofy. Stumpy little thing. Her legs are about 6 inches long. Doesn't take long for them to get their feet under them. Just a few hours old, and they can keep up with mom pretty good. That brown one there is one of my favorites. She's a beautiful specimen. Heavy built. Oh, baby doll gets a chance to meet the baby. Look how tiny her legs are. Yeah, I'm sure you could collect the wool that they shed out and use it to make something. Or if you were going to butcher them for meat and you scheduled your butchering to be done in the wintertime when they have their winter wool on, you could probably make some pretty nice sheepskin products if you just plan your slaughter around when they have their wool, their winter wool. She is the next one to go. You can see her udder is full. So keep an eye on her. She's the matriarch of the group. She's the leader of the flock. And she's also the only one friendly enough that she'll come up and let me touch her. So she's the flock mama. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll check back in with you with another update when we have some more lambs. Be well, everybody. Thank you.